This video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. Elon Musk is the richest man on Earth, but is still forced to do some things. Lately, he sought advice from his millions of followers on Twitter on what to do with his wealth through a poll. However, is there another reason Musk is parting ways with a big portion of his fortune? Join us as we dig into how President Joe Biden is forcing Elon Musk to sell his Tesla stocks. Asking Twitter for stock advice. It's simply reckless, right? Well, by Musk's standard, who has done crazier things in the past, it's not really. Musk set up a poll on what he should do with his wealth, and millions of people voted for him to sell. The poll was dead simple, with either yes or no, and more than 3.5 million people participated. It's easy to vote yes when it's not your wealth, but Musk promised to abide by the poll result. Now, apart from 58% of voters, a clear majority clicking on yes, Musk has other reasons why he needs to shed some of his stocks, which we will get into in this video. But first, how did Musk end up with so much money? A bit of a correction here though, Musk does not have lots of cash lying around. In fact, among billionaires, he is the brokest, although being broke here is not in the same sense as the common person. Musk's enormous wealth comes mainly from his stock in Tesla, of which he owns about 17%, in addition to $92 billion worth of stock options that allow him to buy more shares at a steep discount. He also owns part of SpaceX, which makes rockets and puts satellites in space for providing internet services in remote areas. Musk was awarded the stock options in 2012 as part of a compensation plan. The award was for 22.8 million shares at a strike price of $6.24 per share. Tesla shares closed at $1,222.09 on the 5th of November, meaning his gain on the shares totals just under $28 billion. Unlike most CEOs, Musk does not earn a salary from either Tesla or SpaceX. The money he spends personally comes when he sells his stocks. There is something else about the stocks Musk owns. He has used them as collateral for loans for Tesla, which has helped the company to expand its production significantly. Tesla has been repaying these loans, but they all have to be paid back at a point. Speaking about the loan collaterals, Musk explained the significant risk he is exposed to personally. He says, borrowing against the stock is all sort of fun and games until you have a recession and you hit the margin calls and then you go to zero, which happens basically every time there is a recession. They're trying to make it sound like I was paying very low taxes, but in fact, my taxes are very high. Elon Musk, like other billionaires, has been criticized for the exponential increasing net worth, even during or especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, while others struggled. But there is hardly anything he can do about it, since it is the stock market in action. One singular event that has contributed to the sky-high valuation of Musk's worth. Before this event, he and Jeff Bezos, his arch-rival on many fronts, passed the title of the richest person between them. However, Musk is now clear of his rival in the wealthiest person ladder. The event was when Hertz announced a 100,000 Model 3 deal with Tesla. Remarkably, Hertz did not get any discount and had to pay the full price, indicating Tesla had a strong position during the negotiation and could walk away from the deal. Musk even stated that the agreement had no effect on their financial situation, as there was no shortage of buyers for Tesla cars. Just like there is no shortage of people trying to monitor you as you go about your business on the internet. As Surfshark, our sponsor for today, wants to remind you. Seriously, while you enjoy doing stuff on the internet, some evil people enjoy snooping on you and mining your personal data on a daily basis. This can cause you and others serious harm, as your info can be used to defraud you or steal your identity. I use Surfshark VPN to escape annoying online adverts, allowing me to concentrate on the content that interests me. I also use it to bypass silly limitations on which websites I can visit, so bye-bye to "this video is not available in your region" on Twitter. I also use Surfshark to access all the good stuff on Disney Plus or Netflix from anywhere in the world. For example, I searched for The Office on Netflix, but it was not available in my country, so I quickly switched my location to London with Surfshark, refreshed my browser, and The Office showed up. Surfshark VPN is easy to use because all I had to do was connect to the service and refresh my browser. That's all. Get started with Surfshark by activating the promo code, which gives you 83% off plus extra months for free. And you have nothing to worry about, as Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, although we assure you it is unnecessary. Take the chance today to surf the internet on your own terms with Surfshark. The link is there in the description below. Now, back to the event that shot Tesla stock price to the sky. The stock market went into a frenzy at the news and rushed Tesla shares. The surge shot up Tesla's market capitalization to more than $1 trillion, the only automobile company in history to do so. As Tesla shares rose in value, so did Musk's personal net worth, becoming the only human in recorded history to be worth more than $300 billion. One claim that has always hung around Musk and most other billionaires is that he doesn't pay tax, unlike the common working people. That is far from the truth, as explained by Musk himself in a tweet. Note, I do not take a cash salary or bonus from anywhere, I only have stock. Thus, the only way for me to pay taxes personally is to sell stock. So no, Musk does not earn a salary for the IRS to tax, but the IRS waits for Musk to sell his stocks before taking a cut for the federal government. That cut is massive by all standards and will make non-billionaires weep. More than half of the revenue from the stock sale would end up in the government's coffers at different levels. Here is how the taxation breaks down when Musk sells his shares. Since the options are taxed as an employee benefit or compensation, they will be taxed at top ordinary income levels, or 37% plus the 3.8% net investment tax. But that is not all, as the state of California is also getting its share. Musk will also have to pay the 13.3% top tax rate in California, since the options were granted and mostly earned while he was a California tax resident. Combined, the state and federal taxes will be 54.1%. So the total tax bill on his options at the current price would be $15 billion. Imagine handing over $15 billion from your fortune to the government. Now, apart from the Twitter poll, which has compelled Musk to sell, what other reasons does Musk have to dispose of some of his stocks? The second reason goes back to his compensation plan. The stock options he has are going to expire soon. If he does not sell or do anything about them, Musk will lose the stock options. This is why the federal government in California are about to cash in big time. Musk himself said a huge amount will be paid in the next 3 months because of the expiring options. How huge is this amount? Musk said the majority of his sold stocks will go into taxes, which tallies with our calculation above. Robert Frank, the CNBC wealth reporter, analyzed Musk's stock situation, as Musk will sell his shares regardless of the result of the Twitter poll, but it was nice to see him give his Twitter fans the chance to feel they could decide what happened to his personal wealth. So basically, you shouldn't take the result of Musk's poll seriously. There is, however, another huge reason that Musk would want to sell his shares. It is severe enough to create a gaping hole in his wealth portfolio. The Democrats are proposing a billionaire tax that targets people like Musk. Musk has his reasons to feel targeted. There is no doubt the president is not a big fan of Tesla, and it even extends to Musk's other company, SpaceX. President Biden left out Tesla from a meeting of electric vehicle makers in the country, choosing to side with only companies that use union labor, even when they are not the best EV makers. His Build Back Better program also cuts Tesla from benefiting from the federal EV incentive increment because Musk won't accept unions at his factories. More pointedly, the president didn't seem it fit to congratulate SpaceX when it completed the feat of sending its first tourist astronauts to space and raised hundreds of millions of dollars for charity. Now, the president's party wants to create a special tax for billionaires to help it pay for its programs, which, according to Musk, is a thinly veiled attempt to redistribute wealth in the country, a role not intended for the government. If at all that should happen, Musk believes the private sector would better manage the reallocation of wealth. He wrote on Twitter, "Who is best at capital allocation, government or entrepreneurs, is indeed what it comes down to. The tricksters will conflate capital allocation with consumption." The Democratic Party has admitted as much, claiming they are moving to tilt the economic scale of wealth away from the richest people and towards the middle class after years of growing inequality. The new tax affects people worth more than $1 billion or have consecutively earned more than $100 million for 3 years. Now, here is the kicker. If the Democrats have their way, a new analysis conducted by economist Gabriel Zuckman for the Washington Post indicated that Musk could face up to $50 billion in taxes in the first 5-year stretch of the tax implementation. Just like that, another $50 billion of his wealth would go after Musk has paid $15 billion in taxes. For non-billionaires, that feel is not their business. Musk has this warning on his Twitter: when the government is done taxing the billionaires, they will come for everybody else. Let us know what you think of Musk being forced to sell his shares in the comments section below.